Let's come back to the wishlist manager, and it said here under the test results, reason expected exactly one node, but could not find any node that satisfies the content description open modal or open delete modal headphones. So under the wishlist item delete button, we have the test tag. Okay, for sure, we did not pass here as a parameter, as an argument, the product title. Let's run again the test. Well, we have another problem. As you can see here, the modal is not being closed after deleting the product. All right, let's see what's the error here. Basically, I have noticed two problems here under the home screen. There is no Lucy animation. I could not see the Lucy animation when running the app. We need to only wrap the discount animation with the box to put it in the center. Let's remove this. This should solve the problem. For the wishlist manager view model, we are deleting the item from the mock data. First of all, let's check the wishlist mock handler request. We are simulating deleting the item from the mock data user DTO. And this list, let's come back to the user DTO. It is immutable list. In my opinion, we should create here another list. I'm gonna copy this list. Let's try this approach. I'm gonna call it authenticated user wishlist. Instead of list of, it should be mutable list of. Why, you may ask? Because we need to keep track of the deleted items. Now we have to update this. All right, let's delete this section. Now we have the list from the authenticated user wishlist, which is a mutable list. Let's find the existing item, it and products ID equal product ID from the request. I'm gonna delete this and call here response. Let's store the response is found, in other words, is not null. Gonna give a result, otherwise another result. And instead here it's gonna be response DTO. All right, now let's focus on this part. Now we have just to remove the item and we have to return the wishlist response DTO. Now we have to add here the item, wishlist item ID, products ID, which is basically the products ID from the request, and the product detail we're not interested in caching, null. And for the wishlist response DTO, now let's come back to the get entire wishlist. Instead of mock data and user DTO and wishlist, we're going to do here user or authenticated user wishlist. That's pretty much it. Now, just to make sure we have not tampered with wishlist feature test, let's run this test. All right, all 4 tests passed. Now under the view model or wishlist manager view model, and we have a problem here, expecting no errors, but we got exception, no user found. Sorry guys, my computer ran out of storage. Now we are using mutable lists, so we have to change a little bit our test. Insert first of all a new user with the new data. Let's copy this and paste it here. And before calling the function, all right, let's come back to the mock data. I'm gonna add here another function. Keep in mind, under the test, if you run this test individually, let's run first of all this test individually. It's going to pass basically. Problem is, if we run the tests simultaneously, as you see here, there's no problem with this test. And again, this one, it will pass because individually it's going to pass. But if you run the 2 tests, it's going to fail. Why? Because we are interacting with the same source, which is the mutable list. Basically, it's going to reset this particular wishlist. Let's copy this mutable wishlist, just the data. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to create here a local variable, new wishlist, authenticated user wishlist, and clear. I'm going to add the new wishlist, add all elements. So every time we're going to run our test, at the bottom, I'm going to do here mock data and reset. And instead of this correct wishlist, because it's saved under memory, I'm going to delete this. I'm going to keep the user. Now here, I'm going to format this a little bit. I'm going to do here mock data and the authenticated user wishlist and map it to wishlist item. Likewise for the other one. And let's try again and run the entire test because we are interested in the entire test. After we're going to run individual tests. Yeah, hopefully it's going to work because it doesn't make any sense if it doesn't work. Okay, so all right, we are doing it the right way. Let's just make sure individual test if it's going to work. The same for delete wishlist item. All right, after this, we're going to move to the end-to-end test. All right, everything is okay. Let's come back to the wishlist end-to-end test. All right, here we go. Under the device, login. Oh, thank God. All right, that's pretty much it. The test authenticated user can navigate to wishlist manager screen and whatnot has passed with green flying color. And that was the last test case that we're gonna do here under wishlist end-to-end test. Now let's come back to the main end-to-end. I need to make sure that the authenticated user can switch theme. Basically, this is the last end-to-end test that we're going to do in this Android section tutorial. As usual, we're going to launch the activity. Then to assert the page is ready, assert can login. I'm gonna name this function assert can switch theme. Probably Android Studio is listening to the microphone because no way Android Studio is able to be that correct. All right, create member function under authentication robot. Let's go. We're going to click on the user menu. We're going to look for the menu item that has the toggle theme switch. Clicking on the toggle and making the assertion. Let's look for the composable switch theme menu. And we have to provide the matcher. Now, first of all, going to wait for 5 seconds until the switch theme menu is visible or displayed. Next, what we have to do is we have to click on the switch theme button. Let's prepare the button toggle theme switch. Now, for the content description, identifying this particular composable, let's come back to the user menu. Basically, the content description, this particular one, let's copy this. Now, after waiting for 5 seconds, click on switch theme toggle. First of all, going to assert has click action. After performing click, we're going to wait for 5 seconds and we need to make sure that the icon is unchecked. Let's come back to the theme switch. If it's checked, we're going to assign this content description unchecked. Otherwise, it's going to be checked. So we're going to make sure that this is unchecked. Wait until, and for the condition, has the content description, the whole composable is displayed. After waiting for 5 seconds, we're going to make sure that we are on the dark theme. Okay, this one is never used. Let's delete it. Now the robot is clean and let's run the test. Now it has to log in and to open the menu. Oh, all right. Let's see what do we have here. It said that failed to assert the following on click is not defined. Let's open the logcat. We have mismatched basically the content description here. It should be content description user menu. I don't know why we have done this. So let's try again. And as you can see here, it's very intuitive to do robot pattern. It's going to log in, open the menu, and we have another problem. You know what? Look what we have done. Assert has no click action. Assert has click action. Come on. Let's try again. I'm not used to this huge font, actually. Let's see the... now it has to authenticate or to log in. Right, it could not recognize the toggle theme. Where the test is failing, we have to do content description, the other one, checked. Let's run the test. It's going to log in. Under the toolbar, this particular preview, and it's working fine. If you do remember, we have done something like toolbar and assigned the dark theme, and it's basically working perfectly fine. And for the rest, we are using the toolbar under the header section. We're just hoisting, so basically it should work. Now let's come back to the layout and the main activity. It's the same principle, just hoisting and serving it from outside the layout from the main activity. Now let's come back to the main view model to see if we have missed something. We need to observe the states either from the main view model or the main activity. And we did not do this particular part. So under in the init function of the main view model, we're going to call the settings use cases, get application settings, and on each, we're going to update the state is dark theme or is dark mode. Now we are observing the state, and whenever the value from the database is dark mode changes, it's going to update for us the state. All right, let's run the test. All right, so it's gonna log in. Yeah, but the problem is, as I said, let's open the logcat. This assertion fails. Basically, it's not detecting whether it's a light or under dark or light theme. At least now we are able to switch to dark theme and vice versa. I don't think this function is working because under the, I don't know, perhaps they have done some kind of update or whatnot. So this function is not useful. We're gonna delete it and we have to find another way to make another assertion. Basically, this assertion is optional. Let's come back to the authentication robot. Let's delete this. Why it's optional? Because under the theme switch, we are asserting here, if it's on dark theme, content description and checked icon is displayed, just to make sure that the same, the toggle or theme switch is in sync with the pocket goods theme that we have defined under theme, that's KTS. Under the box here, I'm gonna add a content or a semantics property and the content description. Let's come back to the constant under the util package. Under the core UI, I'm gonna add here some new constants. You can call it whatever you want. Actually, it doesn't matter. If it's in dark theme, I'm going to assign the content description to is dark theme. Otherwise, is light theme. Under the authentication robot, assert is displayed. It has the content description is dark theme. Let's run the test. It's going to authenticate. 100% sure that the toggle theme switch is in sync with the pocket good theme whenever we assign dark theme or light theme. All right. Let's come back to the snack bar controller or the snack bar. I don't think that we have done a preview for this. All right, let's try to make a preview for this composable. Just text here, something like home screen. I'm gonna move this composable from the main package to the snack bar. And we have to hoist the severity and the icon, snack bar icon. I'm going to delete this one. And the layout, and import it from core UI. And we're going to serve the severity from the main activity, state, and snack bar data, and severity for the snack bar icon. Come back to snack bar host. Let's make a preview for the snack bar. All right. So this is the scaffold, the snack bar. We need to create here some states. Let's run this preview. Basically, we are done with the end-to-end test. I have just detected some inconsistencies and some wrong implementations. We're going to try in the next section to solve those for the next part. Show snack bar. It does not show. We need to set the data first, and we're going to do snack bar host state and show snack bar. All right, let's try again. And again, yeah, that's exactly what we have here under the composable. So we have to solve this. There is something wrong under the layout. All right, let's make some updates to the snack bar host. Instead of doing this, I'm gonna gather the whole thing under the snack bar data. Same goes for the icon. All right, let's come back to the layout data from the main activity and snack bar data. Under the snack bar, we have some, we have the isDark theme here. Let's hoist the state. Let's create it here. Come back to the host. Let's do here isDark theme. Come back to the layout. Gonna assign isDark theme from main activity and isDark theme. Now let's come back to the host and change some stuff here a little bit because here we have the data. I'm gonna assign here the data instead. I'm gonna add here another value for isDark theme. Or I'm gonna refactor this box, copy this, paste it here. isDark theme equal isDark theme. I'm gonna take this button. I'm gonna add here colon, particular arrangements. I'm gonna do here arrangements, space by 40 dp for the horizontal alignment, alignment center. Call it here success snack bar message. I'm gonna copy this, add another one for the error. And instead of a circle, we're gonna do here, for example, this particular one, cross or close. And here we have error. Let's change this to success. All right, I'm gonna add here another composable, the theme switch. That's going to change for us the theme back and forth. isDark theme, it's gonna be isDark theme on theme change, isDark theme equal it from the theme switch. You can see them marked here. Just for the status bar, I've added the transparent color for the status bar. That's all I did. Those are the only changes from the previous file. All right, let's try to preview this composable. All right, I would like to change this background color to the second button. It should be red. Let's reload the preview. I don't know why I've done. That's the wrong thing. Actually, where is the button? Not content, container. Come on. All right, let's switch theme back and forth. It does not. Oh yeah, we did not assign here isDark theme. Sorry for that. isDark theme. Here we go. Okay, so let's open the. The problem is the background should be a little bit green. Even in the dark theme, it's the container color does not have the right one. Let's come back to the snack bar theme. I'm going to change the dynamic color here to false. I'm going to refresh the preview. Yeah, the problem was basically we have to use dynamic color and we have to set it to false. Let's come back to the theme of our application. That was a little bit tricky to find. And just make sure that the dynamic color here is set to false. Now we have this under the light theme, which is the correct color. And for the error snack bar, let's switch back now to the dark theme. For the dark theme, it's a little bit darker. And for the error, I did not come up with those colors. I just picked up the colors from, I can't remember actually, either Bootstrap or Vuetify. That's pretty much it for the snack bar. And I have noticed under the home screen, label discount. This is wrong, I think. Look how many extra. Let's come back to the home screen. All right, so this is pretty much the first time we're going to run the application under our real device. Let's see if we got it right. And just to keep things consistent, if you want to run again the app with the mock data, change it under the mock data. All right, let's come back to the manifest. And because we are dealing with insecure connection, we have to add this particular line. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And here we go. Let's run the application. We have the splash screen. At least we have the correct layout. And we have a problem why loading the data. I don't know why it does not work. For the API service, I don't think that we have done something wrong in the API service, because under the API service, we have the correct base URL that points to this particular IP address. Let's see the product repository implementation. It has to be some typo somewhere. Get products. Okay, so pretty much you have to be very, we have to be very careful about the URLs. We have provided here the wrong URL, and you're gonna tell me we have run integration tests and we have run end-to-end tests. Why the integration test and end-to-end test passes? Let's come back to the mock API service or product mock request handler. In the request handler, let's see the get products. We don't care about the URL at all. And under API mock engine, for this particular URL that's going to serve the paginate products, we don't care about the URL at all, or how the URL is structured. No wonder the test is gonna pass. But for production, we have to make sure that we have provided the correct one. I hope it's clear. Now let's come back to this particular one, and it has to be changed to the correct one, which is products. It has to be served like this. Let's run again the application. Splash screen. And basically we have the list of products. Pretty much this was the error. We have provided the wrong URL. Now we have the products. We are at the bottom of the screen. And we have, I think that we have done something wrong here. We should append the list. We did not append the list. We're going to do it afterward. Let's see other stuff under the application. Let's click on this icon or this login button. Let's log in. I can't even remember what I have done here. Yeah, we have provided the wrong credentials. Okay, let me try again. Okay, anyway, let's solve first of all the problem of under the home screen. Pretty much why it's going to be initialized every time, because every time we're going to call this get products, we're going to initialize this particular one. So I'm going to walk you through some of the bugs that I've detected in the application. Basically, those bugs are normal bugs because we did not tested other aspects of our application. And in order to save some time and to save some energy, I'm going to present briefly what I've done, some changes here and there. Let's start with the snack bar. Under the colors of the snack bar, I have added here another dependency for the snack bar. Instead of that was here is system dark theme. I have done it as a parameter from the composable function. If you have done a system dark theme instead of this, I don't know, for some reason, the colors are a little bit, I don't know, those are not the same colors. It's like the snack bar has a certain opacity on the colors. But once doing that, it solved the problem. That's all for the snack bar component. Let's go to the products view model. First of all, I have created another state, a dedicated state for search results. We have tried to do that, but we have failed miserably. And this is the search results. It's going to be dedicated for the search, or whenever the user is going to search for a particular product, and the products for the normal pagination under the home screen. All right. In this, we have just updated this one, distinct by in order to delete duplicate values. Likewise for search products, instead of using products, I have replaced it with search results, distinct by ID. I'm going to explain what I have done under the product feature, and we're going to run the integration test for this view model to make sure that we have the correct outcome. Now let's move to the products fragments. What we have tried before in order to not replicate the code, but you have a lot of things actually. In order to make it work, it needs a lot of if and else's and whatnot, so it's going to be a little bit hectic. That's why I have created here another screen. It's going to be for search result screen. It's pretty much the same thing, but here, instead of adding a flag, I have removed the flag completely from the products fragment, and it's going to be very simple. It's going to only care about the get products events, and that's all. The same thing for this search result screen. Instead of get products, it's going to trigger the event search products, and we have here search results. And for the grid layout, it's going to be from search results. All right, let's test first of all the integration test for the products feature. Run all the specs, and for the record, this application is not 100% tested, and it's not 100% flawless, if you will. You can detect some bugs, but it needs some time to do. At least we have all specs passed the test. Under the home screen, so we have just used the product fragments. We have deleted completely the flag. Under the layout, again, in this particular product search result screen, under the route, we have used search result screen instead of providing the flag to true. That's all for the layout. If you will, we can run here the integration test for the main view model. Let's run the integration test before moving forward. Basically the task for CI/CD, if you will. You need somehow to automate this, and CI/CD is the solution. So this is basically the task of CI/CD, and we are doing it ourselves. It's going to run the tests, and hopefully everything is going to pass. The updates that we have made did not break anything. Basically, detecting the bugs is a little bit hectic, and you should not blame yourself for it. If you cannot find the bug, it's very hard to detect because a lot of features, and you have to be elastic, if you will. So with that being said, let's go to the end-to-end test, and I'm going to run the test under the physical device. Afterwards, we're going to see the application or the final result. Before that, I have changed under the end-to-end test, more specifically this particular function, can delete products from authenticated user wishlist under the wishlist manager. Sometimes the test passes, sometimes the test does not pass. Instead of asserting directly that has this particular test without waiting, I have added this instruction to wait for 5 seconds before doing this assertion. Basically, the assertion is this text is not displayed. In other words, the item that we have deleted is no longer being displayed in the screen. All right, let's start from the authentication end-to-end test. This is right now an end-to-end test under a real device. My device is a little bit slow, so it shouldn't be that slick, if you will. Here's the splash screen. Now we are testing user can register. It's going to click on the login button. Clicking on register now, fill in the text fields. And first test passed. Now the user should be able to log in when providing correct credentials. And I have run all the tests at once to make sure that we have the ultimate outcome when it comes to end-to-end test. Now for the main end-to-end test, it includes a lot of test cases. And one thing that I have not talked about under the wishlist end-to-end test is basically after each test, you have to reset mutable list that we have done under the mock data. Basically the update that we have done previously. After each test, we have to reset the user wishlist, because if you don't, the test won't pass, and it will interfere. The two tests are going to collide with each other. So you have to do that, which is very important. It's the same thing that we have done under the integration test for the view model. Now we are under the splash screen. We are testing main app screen, should have list of products, nothing substantial. It's going to check all the products while scrolling. All right, the first test passed. The second one, I think that we have only 2 tests here. We are testing that the authenticated user can switch theme. All right. As you can see, the snack bar is correctly shown. And the second test, we have 3 tests. I don't know why it said at first 2 by 3, 2 by 2, I don't know. Okay, all the tests passed, which means that the 3 tests does not collide with each other. The product detail screen, let's run the test. Basically, it has, I think, one test here, which is product detail screen should have the correct detail. And the layout of this application is not 100% perfect, but it serves purpose. Now we are testing the product detail screen should have correct detail. Scrolling, checking the carousel, and that's pretty much it. Only one test that we have here, so it passed. Great, let's move to the other one for the search results. So we have to update it, but the test should always be successful because it was successful before and it should be successful right now. If it does not work, something that has to do with code that's tampered with some stuff that we should not do. All right, the splash screen. Let's see the first test. Hopefully it's not going to, all right, it's working. It's right now checking the, I don't know why we cannot see here the tests. I'm gonna wait. I think that the first one has passed. I have no clue if the first one passed or not. We're supposed to see the list of the tests here. All right, where is the result? If the result is not provided, I think that I have to run again the test just to make sure that we have the results here. All right, we got it. So now we are testing, clicking on suggested product should navigate to product detail. We have 4 tests. It's going to type S. Clicking on sunglasses. And we have the product detail. This particular test passed. Now submitting search query should display matching product. Submitting search query passed. The other one, typing in search bar, should show product suggestions. And the last one, submitting some non-existent product title, as search query is going to give us the warning message, and all tests without interfering with each other. Let's move to the last one, which is wishlist end-to-end tests. And I have said before, after each test, we're going to reset the wishlist. All right? We are resetting the wishlist after each test in order to make the 2 tests independent of each other. Let's run the tests. Now for the first test, authenticated user can navigate to wishlist manager screen. It's going to authenticate. Email, password, click on login. Open the user menu. Navigate. Headphone, delete. And the test authenticated user can navigate to wishlist manager and delete that particular item has passed. Now for the other one, we have to toggle the product in the product. Yeah. Congratulations, all the tests that we have prepared has passed correctly and with the green flying color. I think I'm gonna stop here for the next video. We're going to simulate process that. See you in the next video. Happy coding!